all the devotees who have joined. We welcome you to this, I guess it's 9th month of, online virtual classes that we've been conducting at ISKCON Scarborough, and we try to add more and more value to your time. So hopefully today's session will be beneficial to you and your family members as well. So it's one of the most important meditative aspects of Krishna consciousness, meditation on the auspicious marks or symbols on the lotus feet of not only Lord Krishna, but also Srimati Radharani. That's what we will cover today. So today is Sunday, 13th of December. And we'll get started. So this is the picture that Rameshwar Prabhu sent, this rare glimpse of Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. Fantastic, Prabhu. Thank you. It's a great start for this session as well. We will, meditate on the lotus feet before we get into the details of the symbols and marks on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna as well as Srimati Radharani. Okay, so now that you're unmuted, Prabhu, so you don't need to read the heading, but you can just read the actual verse, Rameshwar Prabhu, if you don't mind.
Yeah. O Suta, those great sages who completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord can at once sanctify those who come in touch with them, whereas the waters of the Ganges can sanctify only after prolonged use.
So it's a beautiful verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, of course, where it says, if each one of you are taking full shelter of this lotus feet of the Lord, then you can purify the other family members who may not be devotees as well, your friend circle or family members. So if we take shelter, then, we will be able to purify others who come in touch with us as well. So Mother Srimati, if you can read this again, no need to read the reference, but just the actual translation.
Sure, Prabhu. My dear Vyasa, even though a devotee of Lord Krishna sometimes falls down somehow or other, he certainly does not undergo material existence like others, fruit of workers, etc. Because a person who has once relished the taste of the lotus feet of the Lord can do nothing but remember that ecstasy again and again. Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful verse. These are like gems that have been mined from Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures as well. So if you would like to make a note of all these references, please do so. And again, nothing is out of place here. We're talking about meditation on the auspicious marks on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani. So these are references that discusses about the lotus feet of the Lordship. Dhirmitai Prabhu? So you have to be ready, all of you please be ready to read because we have a lot of things to cover.
Lord Brahma's prayers to Lord
No need reference, just everybody, just the translation.
My Lord, if one is favored by even a slight trace of the mercy of your lotus feet, he can understand the greatness of your personality. But those who speculate to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are unable to know you, even though they continue to study the Vedas for many years. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So here it says that, the lotus feet, Prabhu, if you have got some background noise, please mute yourself if you don't mind. So if we are favored by the slight trace of the mercy of the lotus feet of the Lord, which we are going to discuss in depth today, then only we will be able to understand about Lord Krishna. We always complain, oh, my mind is not there when I'm chanting, etc. Right? So we need the mercy of the lotus feet of the Lord for us to understand the greatness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's a slam dunk verse from the 10th canto. This is Lord Brahma's, of course, verse, prayers. So we can get Mahendra Bhagat Prabhu. Can you read it, Prabhu? Okay, we'll move ahead. Yes, Prabhu, can you? Okay, Smeet Patel, you're there. Sorry,
Yes, I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
Read, Prabhu.
Yeah.
The gopis spoke thus, Dear Lord, whose navel is just like a lotus flower, your lotus feet are the only shelter for those who have fallen into the deep well of material existence. Your feet are worshipped and meditated upon by a great mystic yogis and highly learned philosophers. We wish that these lotus feet may always be awakened within our hearts, although we are only ordinary persons engaged in household affairs.
Beautiful. Anything that you would like to, that caught your attention?
Uh, the thing that caught my attention was that how we desire that lotus feet should be awakened within our heart, because we're always engaged in material duties.
Yep.
Basically, one of them is household affairs.
And it's very good, and thank you for that. And also it says that's the only shelter, right? We take shelter of many things in the material life. It says the lotus feet is the only shelter. We can try and take shelter of everything else. Krishna has given us intelligence. We need to do the due diligence and do the right thing, but the ultimate shelter for us is the lotus feet. Thank you very much for that.
Lotus feet.
Yeah. So Mother Dwaraka, is it possible to read the verses that are highlighted in yellow? So these are parrots glorifying the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. This is taken it from Govinda Leelamrita by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami.
Okay, Prabhu. Simple by meditating on Krishna's lotus feet, one attains all spiritual and material fortune, beauty, good qualities, and wealth. They are the abode of all pastimes. May these feet be our everything. Even a slight worship of the Krishna's feet turn a mere stone into purposeful gems, a mere cow into Kamadenu, a mere tree into Kalpa Vriksha, desire tree. They fulfill all desire of the living beings. Who will not take shelter of these lotus feet? Giridhari lotus feet always gladden the tongues of the honey bee-like devotees with their fragrance that fill the whole world. Which devotee of taste would give up these feet?
Beautiful. Thank you. So here, just by simply meditating on the lotus feet, which we are going to do today, more than we have ever done. And what does one get? You know, we say, what's in it for me, or what's in it for us? We get all spiritual and material fortune, beauty, good qualities, and wealth. Again, this is not somebody just thinking. It's by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the Govinda Leelamrita. Thank you. And I've also put some references there so that you can relish them on a later date as well. So if we can get Rameshwar Prabhu, if you can read maybe couple 14 and 15 maybe.
The glories of Krishna's lotus feet are wonderful. The darkness that takes the shelter of these feet defeats Aruna, the sun's charioteer, in battle. So Aruna, crimson morning glory, takes shelter of Krishna's feet soles. They are just red. Seeing the darkness of these feet, the moon flees in fear and takes shelter of Krishna's splendid nails. The hot crimson rays of the sun have scorched Aruna, who took shelter of the cold shade of Krishna's feet. That's why Krishna's feet soles are pervaded with reddish luster. This is the example of the poets, but I think that the strong passion of Radhika's heart for him has colored his lotus feet red, making them her abode.
Beautiful. Thank you, Prabhu. We'll get anyone else, maybe Govinda Das Prabhu, to read the translation. So this is from a very unique, verses. These are by Prabodhananda Saraswati. Govinda Das Prabhu. Okay, let's move along. Kalki is there. Kalki, can you read?
Yep.
Okay.
O Shri Radha, when will I place on my head your lotus feet, which are a flood of the nectar of spiritual love, a flood that always flows among your devotees, and are the treasure more dear than life for Lord Krishna? Thank
you. So here, Prabodhananda Saraswati is praying like, I don't want the pillow to place my head, right? I want Srimati Radharani's lotus feet because it's got the nectar of spiritual love. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so who else is there? Amal Thakur Prabhu, can you read this?
Hare Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired, out of many types of meditation, which is required for all living entities? Srila Ramananda Raya replied, the chief duty of every living entity is to meditate upon the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. So everybody follows, right? So we are just gearing up to the lotus feet meditation by understanding the glories of why we need to, or the importance of meditating on the lotus feet of Radha, Rani, and Lord Krishna from the bona fide scriptures. We've taken it from Srimad Bhagavatam. Now this is from Chaitanya Charitamrita and Prabodhananda Saraswati's verses as well. Okay, anybody would like to read this?
Okay, I'll read it. O
Yes.
lotus-eyed Lord, by concentrating one's meditation on your lotus feet, which are the reservoir of all existence, and by accepting those lotus feet as the boat by which to cross the ocean of nescience, one follows in the footsteps of Mahajans, great saints, sages, and devotees. By this simple process, one can cross the ocean of nescience as easily as one step over the hoof print of a calf.
Beautiful, Prabhu. So we know that there is a similar verse, Samashitaye Padapallava Plavam, right? So in the 14th chapter as well. So this is a beautiful verse that sort of aligns with that particular verse. Again, all are related to taking shelter of the lotus feet of the Lordship. Okay, anyone else? Manjit Potter? Anybody from that family? I'm just reading the names as it is, so please forgive me if my pronunciation is not right of your names, nor you have any initiated name. If I remember, I'll make a note of it. Otherwise, I'm just going to read as it is. Manjit, from Manjit's family? Anybody? Okay, let's go. Anyone else? Gansham Prabhu, would you like to read the English translation? Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Go ahead.
Those who have accepted the boat of the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of the cosmic manifestation and is famous as Murari, the enemy of the Mura demon. The ocean of the material world is like the water contained in the calf's hoof print. Their goal is Param Padam, Vaikuntha, the place where there are no material miseries, not the place where there is danger at every step. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:14-58.
Yeah, so this is towards the end of Brahma Vimohana Leela. This is not part of the prayers of Lord Brahma, but then this just summary verses by Sukhdev Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit. Again, if we take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, then we'll be able to cross over all the miseries of this material world, which is referred to as the ocean of this material world. And it's going to be so small that it is like a calf's hoof print, not even a cow's hoof print. Okay, so a few more devotees, please, because you are going to teach us. When you read, you are letting us know what is there hidden in the scriptures with regard to lotus feet of the Lord. So don't hold back. Please jump in and start reading.
Surrender fully unto the lotus feet of the Lord. That is only business of the perfect human being. The Lord states in the Bhagavad Gita that one who surrenders onto the lotus feet of the Lord can get release from the clutches of the nescience. When one sees the lotus feet of the Lord, all kinds of doubts and fears within the heart are vanished. All his sins washed off by the nectar of meditation on the lotus feet of Govinda.
So thank you, Prabhu. So everybody is getting into that, mood of meditating on the lotus feet of the Lordship, right? We are all following, right?
Yes,
like when
Prabhu.
somebody is reading, we need to meditate on the actual meaning,
Yes,
because this is
Prabhu,
for
we are.
our benefit.
Yes,
Okay.
we are.
Beautiful. So any Mataji, would you like to read? Hema is there. Hema? Anybody from Hema's family? Okay. Krishna Katha Prabhu's family?
Yes, Hare Krishna Babu.
Hare Krishna.
The devotee should first concentrate his mind on the Lord's feet, which are adorned with the marks of the thunderbolt, a god, a banner, and a lotus. The splendor of their beautiful ruby nails resembles the orb of the moon and dispels the thick gloom of one's heart. The marks of a flag, a lotus, a thunderbolt, an elephant, goat, a barleycorn, and so forth, is these feet prints clearly distinguish them as belonging to the great soul, the son of Maharaj. In the cowherd posture, a Krura saw the footprints of those feet whose pure dust the rulers of all the planets in the universe hold on their crowns. Those footprints of the Lord, distinguished by such marks as a lotus, barleycorn, and elephant goat, made the ground wonderful again, wonderfully beautiful. Those who exalted personalities beautified the cow posture with the impression of the feet, which bore the marks of the flag, lightning bolt, elephant, god, and lotus.
Beautiful. Thank you. So these are, I'm just gearing up, so that we all get into the individual symbols and the marks, and also getting to know what those marks mean, because we are not there yet. We're just slowly gearing up to it. So I've carefully chosen many, many verses from all over Srimad Bhagavatam so that we get into the place where we want to be in the next few minutes. Okay, so this is from Srila Prabhupada. Can we get Om Varma Prabhu? Can you see this, Prabhu? Is it possible to read, or someone else can read it?
No, I can't read it, Prabhu. No.
Okay, no problem. Hema, again, I'm calling out. I'm not sure who's there from Hema's family. If not possible, Neeta.
I can read, Prabhu, I can read.
Go ahead.
Yeah. The Japa Lotus Feet Meditation. This Japa technique, like all the others previously described, can be used whenever the rebellious mind refuses to just hear the name. You can tame the mind and center it on the holy name by chanting Japa more loudly and trying the Lotus Feet Meditation. First, close the eyes, visualize the beautiful lotus feet of Krishna within your mind, and then try to see the individual symbols on each feet while remembering their meanings, which are described below. You can control the mind when you fix up the mind on Krishna's lotus feet, that's all. No nonsense can come within your mind, simply Krishna. That is perfection of meditation. SPT 13-269.
Yeah, thank you. Very nicely read. So this is from one of the classes that Srila Prabhupada gave in 1969. And it says you can tame the mind just by focusing on the different symbols in the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. And so far we've heard about the glories of lotus feet meditation from the scriptures, Vyasadeva and others. But now here, our beloved Srila Prabhupada is also recommending that first close your eyes, visualize the beautiful lotus feet of Krishna within the mind, and then see the individual symbols. And very importantly, it says remembering their meanings, right? So we will go through that in the next few minutes as well. Okay, so all right. So anyone else? Just be ready to read this. Go ahead.
The blessed Lord Shiva becomes all the more blessed by bearing on his head the holy waters of Ganges, which has its source in the water that washed the Lord's lotus feet. The Lord's feet act like thunderbolts hurled to shatter the mountains of sin stored in the mind of the meditating devotee. One should therefore meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord for a long time.
Thank you, Prabhu. So again, the glory of Ganges is coming because it washed the lotus feet of Lord Vamanadev. It's not, and it's also auspicious because it's coming from the Kamandalu. There are many versions of this, right? But the main thing is because it washed the lotus feet of the Lord, and it shatters the mountains of sin stored in the mind of the meditating devotee. So it says, one should therefore meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord. Is it for some time, few minutes? What does it say?
Long time.
Long time.
Yeah, long time. Yes.
Long time. Beautiful. Okay, so now we are getting into the details of the lotus feet meditation. Okay, what is there within the lotus feet? So this is from Radha Rasa Sudanidhi. This is from Prabodhananda Saraswati's verses as well. We're not going to read the individual the verses here. What is there in the right foot and what is there in the left foot? But we'll get one of the devotees to read what is there in the black background. Anyone who didn't read, can you read? Padma, Mother
Yes,
Padma?
Prabhu.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare
In
Krishna.
this way, the 19th auspicious markings of Srimati Radhika's feet are eternally remembered. O Vrindavaneshwari, O Shri Radhe, I pray for the shelter of your lotus feet. The lotus feet are the treasure house of the nectar of divine love. Sham Sundar keeps your feet safely and dearly in his heart. Your feet are the supreme cooling remedy for the blazing fires of this material world.
Beautiful. So just let's get used to the different symbols in Srimati Radharani's lotus feet, and in the next few slides we'll go into each one of those symbols and try to understand from the scriptures. And I'll also have a slide from where these are taken as well, so that it's a reference for you to go to those scriptures and get more information as well. So this is Lord Krishna's lotus feet. This is taken from Govinda Lilamrita and from chapter 16. And if we can get another devotee to read what is there in the black background.
May our mind immerse themselves in remembering the 19 auspicious marks beautifying the lotus feet of Shri Krishna. Simply by meditating on Krishna's lotus feet, one attains all spiritual and material wealth, fortune, beauty, and good qualities. These feet are abode to all pastimes. May Krishna lotus feet be our everything.
Beautiful. Just like we have this wall outlet there, we don't know if we don't get connected, nothing happens. But when we connect to the wall outlet, then things happen. If you want to charge and do anything, switch on anything, right? So here the secret is given here. So if you are able to meditate, then we get all the spiritual and material wealth, fortune, beauty, and good quality. So today is the day. If we didn't know about the glories of this, for all of us, this is a starting point, in changing everything in our life. Okay, so Mother Padmakshi, if you'd like to read this.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Vishwanatha. Oh wait, here it starts here. Meanings of the symbols of Radha Krishna's lotus feet. The following descriptions come from the Skanda Purana, Matsya Purana, Garga Samhita, Sarartha Darshini, Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur's Tika on Srimad Bhagavatam. What's a Tika, Prabhu?
Tika is commentary.
Oh, Vyakyanas, okay. Ananda Chandrika, Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur's Tika on Govinda Lilamrita. Rupa Chintamani by Srila Vishwanatha Thakur Chakravarti Thakur. Srila Rupa Goswami's Sri Ujjvala Nilamani, oh my God, and Sri Jiva Goswami's Sri Karapada Yugala Samhriti. Marks that appear on Radha and Krishna's feet are indicated with RK, so Radha Krishna. Marks that appear only on Radha's feet are marked R and Krishna's K.
But actually, I've changed that as well. I've made it much more easier. But again, thank you, Mother. So for the summary is this is something that you would like to take a picture of, but you will whatever you need is there in this, so you can take a picture whenever you need to. But this is to show the authenticity and the time it takes to get and put things together. Okay, so we want to make use of it today. So in this next 45 minutes or so, whatever we can benefit from these lotus feet meditation from these authentic sources, we want to make use of it. So thank you for that. Okay, so this is an example here. On the left hand side, Lord Krishna is painting Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. These are very rare paintings. And on the right hand side, you can see Krishna washing Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. And in the next slide, as you can see, now Srimati Radharani is painting Lord Krishna's lotus feet, And Srimati Radharani is washing Lord Krishna's lotus feet. Okay, so now we'll get into the meanings of the various symbols or marks on Radha Krishna's lotus feet. Now, out of that, anybody remembers how many symbols are there in Krishna's lotus feet? How many symbols are there in Srimati Radharani's lotus feet? We read that.
19 on Krishna's feet, 11
Wonderful.
plus 8.
Wonderful. And it's 19 on Srimati Radharani's feet as well. So it's 19 plus 19, which is what, 38 symbols. Out of 38 symbols, 10 symbols are common that are there in both Srimati Radharani's feet and Lord Krishna's feet. So everybody follows. There are 19 symbols in each one of the feet. So that comes to 38. But out of 38, there are 10 that are common. So 10 multiplied by 2, that's 20. We'll cover in the next few slides, and then go to the unique symbols as well. Everybody follow so far?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so the first one is a conch shell, right? So I've circled it as well. Can you see that? Can you see that?
Yeah.
So Lord Krishna's
Yes.
lotus feet is on the left and Srimati Radharani's lotus feet is on the right. And just to get everybody's attention, I've also highlighted that in that blue dotted lines. So if we can get different devotees, we can go a little faster. You don't need to read everything. Even if you read what is underlined, it gives us the information that we need. Okay, so you can take turns. I'm not going to call out names, or maybe Kishore Mane, who just joined us. Prabhu, would you like to read, if it's possible, what is underlined here?
Krishna Prabhu, for sure,
Hare Krishna.
yes. The symbol of victory, saved from all distress and awarded with fearlessness, existing the blazing fire of the material miseries of devotees.
Yeah, extinguishes the blazing fire, right? So this is the conch shell, right? Usually, for devotees who are doing pujari service as well as who come to the temple, conch shell contains, it's a symbol of victory, when you blow it, etc. So just for everybody's benefit, just for us to recap everything, we have a small match the following in the very end. So remember this. So conch shell is a symbol of victory. It's sound and symbol of victory, and it saves one from distress and award fearlessness. Okay, so again, as Prabhupada has mentioned, in the 69th lecture, starters in the 1969 lecture that one of the mothers read. So we need to know the meaning, not just knowing what the symbols are. It's not just good enough to take a printout of this and keep, right? We need to know the symbol. So again, from the previous slides, we have taken it from so many sources to provide this gist of what it means. What is this conch shell refer to, right? So again, we need to know the meaning as well as know the marks on the auspicious feet of the Lordship, both Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani. Okay, so now this is not Panchajanya conch that is in the feet of the Lord, but again, when we are talking about the conch, how can we not talk about the conch that is used by Lord Krishna? So this is the this is from the prayers of Andal, which is goddess of fortune. We covered it in one of the Srimad Bhagavatam classes, but I just thought it'll be a nice connection to make here. So eternal intimacy and closeness to the Lord, right? So even when, any chakra, the Sudarshan Chakra is, released from Lord Krishna's hand, it goes away from Lord Krishna's hand for some time, but then this conch always stays, according to Andal, right? And like a flute, the Panchajanya repeatedly tastes the nectar of Lord Krishna's lips, and it's supposed to be whiter than the whiteness of thousands of moon, and very sweet. It tastes very sweet like the Lord's words, and repeatedly takes dips in the sacred and holiest of waters. We talk about holy waters like Yamuna, Ganga, etc. But this is taking dips into the sacred and holiest of waters, which is in Lord Krishna's mouth.
So, Prabhu, one question. So, the conch is the most beloved to Lord Krishna, because conch is always with Krishna.
Yes. Yes.
She or he never leaves Krishna.
Yeah. So I mean, at different times, each one of those, weapons as well as these, things that Krishna has been glorified in a different way. But this one is like fascinating description by Andal, who's none other than the goddess of fortune.
Wonderful, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yeah, it's very nice. And here, maybe you can read this, Prabhu. What is underlined?
Changing from one hand of the Lord to the other after tasting his nectar, as if to go to sleep. Lord's lotus hands at the conch bed.
So the bed,
Wow.
we sleep in a bed, but the conch is sleeping in the hand, the lotus hand. That is referred to as the soft bed for this conch. So such a fortunate conch, right? And
Wonderful job, Prabhu. Wonderful job. Thank you,
and
Prabhu.
and then the second one, it says the nectar from Lord's lips and sleep on the lotus bed. We covered that. And share and goddess of fortune is saying this conch is more closer to Lord Krishna than all the queens and goddess of fortune. She's saying, Andal is saying, Panchajanya, share what you're enjoying, that you're enjoying all by yourself with others, right? So with all the queens and everyone else. So I just thought it would be a nice introduction to this, prayers of Andal about the glories of Panchajanya conch, because this conch, again, just to repeat, it's not like a Panchajanya conch that is there in the lotus feet of both the Lordship, but again, it's a nice leeway into this. Okay, and I thought that this will also be a real good one for all of us to remember. This is from Bhagavad Gita, the names of the conch, right, and who's the owner, right? So Lord Krishna's conch is Panchajanya, Arjuna's Devadatta, Bhima's Poundra, and so on. Okay, so next is unfurled flag. Okay, so if somebody can read what is underlined. Everybody knows, right? Unfurled means it's like flag that is, not folded or anything like that. It's unfolded. Go ahead, Prabhu.
Security and protection from fear proclaims supreme victory.
And also, if you can read the translation from Padma Puran.
Sure. Shri Krishna possesses a victory flag to destroy the unwanted elements towards his devotees.
So, thank you. So it's not just Krishna, because this is a common symbol that is in both their feet. So that means destroy the unwanted elements that is affecting the devotee. So each one of us, we have different problems, that we all face in this material world, right? All of us do have problems. So there's nobody without any problem. So we all know that, and this victory flag destroys the unwanted elements that are directed towards the devotees. Again, we need to have the confidence. These are the sum and substance of what is there in the scriptures about the different symbols and marks on the lotus feet of the Lordship. Okay, so fish. Anyone else? Can you see at the bottom of their feet?
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Go ahead. Anyone who do you like to read? Because again, as I said, take this opportunity, jump onto it and read, because when you read it, you are giving the information to us. You get the blessing.
Devotees
cannot, sorry.
You'll all get a chance. Please go ahead. Yeah, someone.
Devotees cannot live a moment without the lotus feet of Radha Shyam Sundar. The heart must first become liquefied with loving mellows to attract the fish of their feet. And it indicates that during Pralaya, Krishna assumes the form of Matsya, the fish incarnation, to save his devotees.
Beautiful. See, again, these are all our acharyas who are giving us these meanings. So these are bona fide meaning. Please remember what is underlined, at least one or two of them. So for fish, remember Matsya avatar. Matsya means fish. So we know that from 8.24, we have this beautiful pastime there. So remember this, because we are going to do a nice summary in the end with match the following. So fish means Matsya, and then 8.24. Don't have to remember 8.24, but as long as we remember that Krishna assumes the form of a fish, giant fish, of course, to save the devotees. Okay. Okay. Next. Lotus.
Greed for prema in the minds of be-like devotees, fortunate and successful.
The best is in the end, Prabhu, which you need to read, which is
Sure,
underlined.
Prabhu. Radha often uses it to gently tap Sham when he misbehaves.
How do you like that? The lotus flower is that gently taps. And if you, Prabhu, if you can read also the translation of what is
in
there in
green,
green.
sure,
Yeah.
Prabhu. At the bottom of the middle toe of that same feet, Lord Achyut has a lotus flower, which increases the greed for him in the minds of the be-like devotees who meditate on his feet.
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, now we are going to the fifth symbol, which is common in both. That's why I put the picture. You'll not see this anywhere, right? So we're just trying to make it very simple and easier for everybody to follow. Okay, as you can see, this gourd, which is, you can see there, right? That's what they used to, tame the elephant, right? Or to train the elephant. Anyone, please?
Brings the elephants of the devotees' minds under the control and keeps them on the right path. Only Radha can completely control the mad elephant hero named Krishna.
And also the green background.
This is to bring the mind of the devotees under control.
Okay, so if you remember, so this code is used to bring the elephant under control. Similarly, in this, it'll bring the minds, the minds of the devotees under control as well. As you can see, this is very small. A small boy will control this elephant, right? The elephant is so big, but it's very easily controllable by this little code. Okay, anyone else? Can anyone see where the Balikon is before I actually circle it? Balikon.
Just below the right toe of Krishna.
Beautiful.
At the base, yeah.
Yes. Very good. Go ahead.
Devotees receive all enjoyment, opulence. Devotees' journey through many births and death is cut very short, just like a grain of barley. Fullest nourishment for all souls.
Thank you, Mother. So here, all enjoyable opulences will be received if we meditate on the Balikon. So Balikon is nothing but barley, right? So I've taken this nice verse, very nice verse from Hari Bhakti Vilas. Maybe Tirnitai Prabhu, can you read the English translation of what is there in the green background?
Yes. Best among sages, one who offers grains or barley to Lord Hari during the month of Kartika will happily reside in heaven for as many yugas as there were grains of barley. Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's not just, let's not just think, Goloka Vrindavan. This Hari Bhakti Vilas is meant for everyone, right? So here it says, the importance of barley. Okay, next devotee. Go ahead, Prabhu's mother. Let's keep going.
Hare Krishna.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Lord Shiva, who wears a half moon on his head, have decorated their own heads with the soles of Radha Govinda's lotus feet. Shower nectar upon their devotees, which extinguishes the threefold material miseries. Presiding deity of the mind. Moon has shriveled up in the shame and appears in half form before the splendorous full moons of their lustrous toenails.
Beautiful, right? Thank you, Prabhu. So here it says the moon is usually full, right? But because there's so much of luster from the lotus nails of the Lordship, he's shriveled and he's become so small, like half moon, because of the splendorous moons of the toenails of the Lordship. So important thing is, moon is the presiding deity of the mind. We know this from outside of literatures, scriptures as well. So that'll be part of our quiz or match the following in the end. Thank you, Prabhu. Okay, next. This is the up curving line. There is a line that goes up like this, as you can see in both their lotus feet. Anyone?
Devotees who cling to the lotus feet of Radha Shama as a folding on to a lifeline will be transported to the spiritual world. It's very direct and straight. It also reveals that Radha Govinda's lotus feet can reach down to the lowest of fallen souls who take shelter of them and deliver them to the highest destination.
Thank you. I just put a picture. It's a material picture, but when we are really struggling in this ocean of material existence, it's like somebody lifting up to safety, right? So it says this is a lifeline that is for us, which will transport us to the spiritual world. Everybody follows so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, bro.
Okay, good. Now this is the disc, which is the Sudarshan Chakra, which is the most prominent weapon of the Lord. We already talked about the conch, which is favorite, but this is a very prominent weapon. Anyone?
It's down the 6 enemies of lust, anger, greed, illusion, pride, and envy. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, and Matsarya. Destroys the darkness of sin from within the hearts of their devotees. The disc on Krishna's feet represents the time factor. He will live eternally in the blissful world of Vraj Gokula.
And what is there in the blue in English?
At the base of the large toe on his right feet, the unborn Lord carries the mark of a disc which cuts down the 6 mental enemies of his devotees.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. So here, very important point here is it's that it represents the time factor as well. So I'm not sure how many of you remember this nice verse. I think I may have it in the next slide or slide after that, that the Sudarshan Chakra has got some linkage with this time factor. Yes, this is the one. So here it says this chakra is the wheel of time, and this wheel is very exacting because it's the personal weapon of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is from the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And this is my favorite. You will not see it anywhere, but whenever there is an opportunity, we like to put it out there so that you get a nice summary of the potency and the frequency of Sudarshan Chakra across our various Srimad Bhagavatam pastimes. So maybe we can get Mother Padmakshi to read this. Okay, anyone else?
Yes, Prabhu.
Go ahead. No need the reference.
I have to unmute myself.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, the one in the ones that are highlighted, Prabhu?
Yeah, the yellow highlights.
Okay. Sudarshana Chakra, the powerful weapon of the Lord, figures prominently in Srimad Bhagavatam. What are the places? Sudarshana Chakra, the powerful weapon of the Lord, figures prominently.
Repeated.
Okay, it's repeated. Okay.
Yeah.
Gajendra's pastime, cut off King Huhu, crocodile's head, saved Parikshit in the womb of Uttara from Ashwatthama's Brahmastra. Rahu's head. This is in that Mohini avatar, right, Prabhu?
Yeah, end of Mohini Murti avatar, because they drank it and then it was cut, and then the head, because it took the nectar, got saved.
Right. 2 very powerful demons named Mali and Sumali were killed by the Supreme Lord, who severed their heads with his disc. Mali and Sumali, is it from Ramayana, Prabhu?
No, this is from 8th canto. 8th canto, where there is fight between the demigods and the demons.
Then Malyavan's head, 5-headed Mura's head, Narakasura Bhaumasura's head, Shishupala's head, Salva's head, Satadanva's head, Vidurata's head.
And he's Dandavakra's
brother. Okay. Then the Lord cut off the heads of horses, elephants, humans, mules, and camels that belonged to Paundraka and Kasiraja. Paundraka, the false Vasudeva, was killed with Lord Sudarshana's disc. The Lord killed the demon sent by Sudakshina, Kasiraja's son. Oh. After burning down the entire city of Varanasi, Lord Vishnu Sudarshana Chakra returned to the side of Sri Krishna, whose actions are effortless. And the chakra protected Parikshit Maharaj in the womb of Arjuna.
Sorry. Chakra protected Parikshit Maharaj,
the womb of Uttara.
Then Arjuna twice, and then Ambarish Maharaj. Okay.
Sorry. Say that again, Prabhu. The
chakra protected Parikshit Maharaj in the womb of Uttara. Of course, we know that, right?
Okay.
Pahi Mahadevan. And then it protected Arjuna twice. Anybody remembers how Sudarshan? We're talking about the glories of Sudarshan Chakra. Do we remember? Anybody remembers? Twice, not once, twice. One is, of course, we know. What is that?
I don't know both, Prabhu. Can you please help us?
Okay. So one is towards the end of the 10th canto, where the Brahmana's son was abducted one by one by Mahavishnu. Does it ring a bell?
Yes,
and at that time, Lord Krishna, he was supposed to, die. He said, I cannot keep my word because I was supposed to protect this 10th son of the Brahmana, but I cannot. So now I'm going to die, jump into the fire and die. At that time, Krishna says, no, don't worry. And then Krishna takes him to Mahavishnu's abode. And how, in a way, indirectly he saved it's dense darkness, right? At that time, Lord Krishna unleashes the Sudarshan Chakra, and there's unbelievable light, and he goes, right? So that's one thing. And then we remember, where he takes a vow to kill who? Remember, during this Mahabharat war.
Jayadrathan.
Jayadrata's, when we know about this sunset,
Correct,
you know,
correct.
and then so
He was about to.
Jayaja.
so the Sudarshan Chakra can become bright, as in the case of the Brahmana sun retrieval. It can become bright and show the pathway, but it can also do the opposite. It can become so dark and it can also cover the entire sun, you see. So
Beautiful,
Arjuna
Prabhu.
was saved
So nice.
twice, and of course Ambarish Maharaj past time, we know that as well. So
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
the
This was
beautiful
very
summary.
comprehensive, very
Again,
nice.
you know, some you know, it's good to know you know, the potency of the Sudarshan Chakra that appears again and again and again in Srimad Bhagavatam. So take a picture of this, and anytime we are talking about the disc, you'll know the potency of this. Okay, we have more.
Prabhu, now is not a good time, but there are some pastimes that we don't know here, like Salva's head, Satadanva's head, and sometime later. Prabhu.
Salva's head, you know, the end of this
During the
month, we have
Mahabharata.
the Srimad Bhagavatam Katha. We are going to cover that Salva's pastime.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. So, okay. Any Prabhu, would you like to read the umbrella? This is the 10th and the common symbol that is there in Srimati Radharani's feet and Lord Krishna's feet. Any Prabhu who didn't read? Bhakti Vinod. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Protected from the incessant rainfall of material miseries, relief to all to her beloved from the scorching heat felt in her separation, is also referred to Krishna holding Govardhan hill up like an umbrella to protect Raj from the devastating rain of Indra. It also means that those who sit in the shade of their feet become exalted, just like great kings who usually have umbrellas held over their heads.
Beautiful. See, every word in each one of those descriptions that is given by our acharyas are fabulous, right? So it's easy to remember, right? So when you see this umbrella, yeah, you're protected from rainfall of material miseries. And we also take our mind gravitates towards this Govardhan Leela, where this whole mountain was lifted like an umbrella. So remember, for the end of today's session, protects one from the incessant rainfall of material miseries. Beautiful, right? Okay, now this is a pretty busy slide. I think I'm going to skip this. I painstakingly took it from Srimad Bhagavatam, but again, it talks about the importance of this umbrella, right? So maybe we can get somebody to read a couple, maybe 4, 15, 14. Anybody? 4, 15, 14.
When the incarnation of Godhead, Prithu Maharaj, was crowned, the demigod Varun presented him with an umbrella that constantly spread fine particles of water.
Okay, next
the deity
one too.
presiding. Sorry.
Go ahead.
You want me to continue?
Yeah.
The deity presiding over the heavenly kingdom offered Lord Vamandev an umbrella.
So if you can hold there, right, Prabhu? So when Prithu Maharaj is the Shakti Avesha avatar of Lord Krishna. So when he became the king, so Varuna is giving him that umbrella that constantly sprays fine particles of water. And also Vamanadev, when he got this Upanayanam, if you remember, the sacred thread, at that time everybody gave different gifts. And then Indra gave him umbrella as well. So maybe we can take one more reference to this umbrella, maybe the last one. Prabhu, if you can read the last one.
Sure, Prabhu. Narakasur stole Lord Varun's umbrella, Mother Aditi's earrings, and the playground of the demigods known as Mani Parvata. They were all retrieved by Lord Krishna after he killed Narakasur.
Beautiful. Again, a lot of references about umbrella so that we remember more of these umbrellas. Okay. So now we covered the common symbols. Those are 10 common symbols that are there in the lotus feet of Lord Krishna as well as the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. So out of 38 symbols, we have covered 20 so far. Everybody agrees?
Yes.
Okay. And what we covered is the conch shell, unfurled flag, fish, lotus, god, barley corn, half moon, upcurving line, disc, and umbrella. So now what we'll do is let's look at the unique symbols that are there in the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, and then we'll get into Lord Krishna's. Okay. So this is the Homa Kunda. You know, for those of you who have seen Yagya, right? The Yagya is done in this Kunda. So if we can get somebody again, all of you are used to it now. Maybe you can read what is underlined. Anybody?
That the sins of those who meditate on Lord Radha's feet are burned like the grains offered in sacrifice yajna. Become fully enriched and nourished in devotion.
And also the translation at the bottom.
Devotional service unto Lord Krishna is attained by charity, strict vows, austerities, and fire sacrifices, by japa, study of Vedic texts, observance of regulatory principles, and indeed by the performance of many other auspicious practices.
So this is, for fire sacrifice, you need this Homakunda, and this is there on the right foot of Srimati Radharani. Okay, next. Prabhus, we need to keep going, please. Somebody, Prabhu, Mother.
It indicates that Krishna is so merciful to his devotees that he even becomes a chariot driver for them, emerges victorious in the battle with Maya.
And what is there? I just put some references there, right? So
Lord Krishna is the chariot driver of Arjuna. Daruka is the chariot driver of Lord Krishna. Daruka's son is the chariot driver of Pardumna. Mathali is the chariot driver of Indra.
Now, if you ask me what's the name of Daruka's son, it doesn't say. So I can try to get it from another scripture, but I know some of you will be wondering, oh, who's Daruka's son, right? So in the 10.76 and 10.77, where Pradyumna is fighting, it just says Daruka's son. So the father is the chariot driver. Father is Daruka, is the chariot driver of father of Pradyumna, which is Lord Krishna. And Daruka's son is the chariot driver for the son of Lord Krishna, which is Pradyumna. So if you have background noise, please mute yourself, Prabhus and mothers, if you don't mind. Okay, let's keep going. So what you can read is you can read the club and then you can read the description. Okay, so this is club. Go ahead, Mother Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, sir. Prabhu?
Yeah.
I can read.
Please.
The club can chest is the elephant of sinful lust.
Yes, so the club, thank you for reading that. So it can chastise the elephant of sinful lust that is there. Lust means it's not only what we are thinking in terms of anything that we do for ourselves, which is independent of Lord Krishna or Srimati Radharani. So that is supposed to be the lust according to Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's not just the attraction of male versus female or female versus male, but anything that we want to enjoy personally is under the bucket of lust. So it is said that this club, so when we see this club there, we that will chastise the elephant of sinful lust within all of us. And some references there, Lord Krishna's club is called Kaumodaki, and if you remember, just to jog everybody's memory, he killed Dandavakra and he and he destroyed Sauba. Sauba is the airship of Salva, and you'll see that in the next couple of weeks when we have the Srimad Bhagavatam Katha. And Lord Balaram's club is called Sunanda as well. Okay, next. Sorry.
Mountain.
Sorry, no, I think
25.
we missed one. I think we missed one. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, 24. Earring. Oh,
yeah.
Beautiful. And Radharani's right lotus foot. What should I read, Prabhu? The entire thing?
Yeah.
Okay. It shows that Krishna's ears always listen to the tinkling sound of Radha's charming ankle bells, the melodious sound of her voice, the sweet rhythms of her love poems, and the intoxicating ragas of her veena. If Radharani recommends us to Krishna, he will accept us.
So again, this is the symbol of this beautiful, and Mother, if you can read this one as well. Sorry, go ahead.
Mountain in Radharani's right lotus foot. This mark reveals that even though Giri Govardhana is worshipped by all of the Vraja as the best of the mountains, still Govardhana hill in turn especially serves the lotus feet of Radhika.
So everybody's meditating on this, right?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Prabhu, you're saying that Govardhan Giri is found on Radharani's right foot?
Yes, you can see that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Any Prabhu, Mother?
I can read, Prabhu.
Go ahead.
Bracelet in Radharani's left lotus feet. This mark indicates that Radharani's feet are always present in Krishna's hands, massaging them, just as the bracelet always accompanies the hand.
Beautiful. Okay, Next.
Oh, Prabhu, can you go back for one moment, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. I'm just keeping an eye on the time, so we don't want to miss anything. Amal Thakur Prabhu, can you read this? Okay, let's move along. Anyone else?
Okay,
I can read.
Go ahead,
Shakti,
go ahead.
spear.
Yeah.
In Radharani's right lotus foot. This mark represents a spear. For those who take shelter of Radha, her feet immediately appear to slash all the miserable bonds of mundane life. It means that Sri Radha is the source and reservoir of unlimited Shakti or power, Sarva Shakti Mayi.
Good, very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Prabhus, I see all of you are very quiet. What's going on? Come on.
I can read.
Flower in Radharani's left. Sorry, Mataji, please go ahead.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's the good competition we need. Yeah, go ahead.
In Radharani's left lotus foot. The flower shows that the divine fame of Radha's feet spreads everywhere, just like the fragrance of a flower. All spiritual fruits come into being after the first blossoming at the soles of Radha's feet.
Beautiful. So all of, we just need to meditate on the symbol as well as on these beautiful, beautiful meanings that are given in various scripture. Okay, now this is the creeper that is there. So I've circled it, which is in the Srimati Radharani's left lotus feet. Any other, Prabhu?
Radharani's unique lotus feet symbols. Creeper in Radharani's left lotus feet. This mark symbolizes how the desire creeper of the devotees continues to grow until it gradually takes shelter at Radha's feet. It shows that Radha's feet are found in the forest of Vrindavana, where many vines and creepers thrive. It also indicates that Radha's feet one day amidst the many kunjas and wine-laden kunja mandirs scattered throughout Braja. It also proves that Radha is the supreme goddess of herbal medicine, and that her feet are the ideal medicine for curing the disease of materialism. It means that Radha is like a creeper wrapping around the Tamala tree known as Krishna. Intelligent devotees will hold on to Radha's lotus feet just as a creeper firmly grasps whatever it ascends.
Anybody, any comments on this?
Wonderful. So it's like a creeper need something firm to
latch on.
Catch on. So if you go through Radharani's, then Radharani put it to Krishna also. Yes.
Yeah, so this is a beautiful, passage that we read from Chaitanya Charitamrita, right? Where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching. Anybody remembers about this creeper? Rupa Goswami. It's there. If some of you are interested, I can give you the reference. Beautiful, beautiful reference to this creeper, how it grows. Bhakti Lata Bija.
That goes all the way to Goloka Vrindavan.
Exactly. Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, Lord Krishna's unique lotus feet symbol. Okay, so again, this is the last 9 symbols because we have 38 symbols, last 9 to cover because these are unique symbols that are in the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Okay, let's fasten our seatbelts and go a little faster, jump on and start reading Prabhu's.
Unstrung bow in Lord Krishna's left lotus foot. Sham will perpetually be freed from all varieties of difficulties.
Yeah, if we take, sorry, I didn't underline the whole thing. If we take shelter of Lord Krishna's
lotus feet,
we will be freed from all varieties of difficulties, right? So that is good. Prabhu, what's your name, Prabhu?
Sarthak.
Sarthak, do you join? Is this the first time you're joining, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay,
this is my first time.
Mataji's and Prabhu's, how is Prabhu's voice and pronunciation and everything?
So wonderful, Prabhu. Very nice.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Prabhu, for joining. We hope you can join us often, okay, or every week. Thank you for that.
Sure. Thank you, Prabhu. I look forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Fantastic. And this one is anybody mother? Any mothers?
I will, Prabhu.
Go ahead.
The triangle in Lord Krishna's left lotus foot. Saved from the snares of the 3 modes and the threefold miseries, represented by the three sides of the triangle.
Yeah, just mother, 1 second. So the triangle has got three sides, right? So see how our scriptures are explaining about the number three here. Sorry, mother, go ahead.
It's fine. The lotus feet of Shem are the first and last refuge for the inhabitants of the three worlds.
Three worlds, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Safest sanctuary for the demigods, humans and animals as well.
Three again, yeah.
Body, mind, and words.
Again, three.
Attracted the fixed gaze of the three eyes of Lord Shiva.
Beautiful. So it's easier to meditate, right? Like when we have this triangle, three. So we talk about the three modes of material miseries and nature, and then inhabitants of the three worlds take refuge, and then not only for demigods, humans and animals as well. We know how Gajendra and others, if we can think about that. And then the body, mind, and words as well. And Lord Shiva's got three eyes, and his gaze is always fixed on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Okay, next. Mother Dwarka, Mother Dwarka.
Hold a golden pot of pure nectar.
Yeah, this is about the nectar of water pot. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. For this pot always remains full. Will always experience auspiciousness as the blazing fire threefold misery felt by the separated devotees.
Right. So this pot contains pure nectar, and it's always full, and it's always auspicious, and this will blazing threefold miseries felt by the separation of separated devotees are expunged by this. Okay, let's move ahead. This is the concentric circles, two concentric circles. Prabhu's, mothers.
It also signifies that Krishna is within everything and within the circles of our heart. Yet at the same time, Krishna is outside of everything and everyone, eternally enjoying the loving embraces of his devotees in Vraja. It indicates the rasa dansa, wherein circles of beautiful gopi spin around Krishna, standing in the center, playing the flute.
Beautiful, right? So we can meditate on this rasa dance as well, where it says beautiful gopis spin around Krishna. Krishna is the center, right? And then they're going around. So that's the concentric circle. Okay, next.
The vast ocean of material existence become as small and insignificant as the water held in the hoofprint of the cow. This is the cow hoofprint.
Yeah, cow's hoofprint. So now let's not get into the because in that 10:14 towards the end it says calf's hoofprint, but now it is cow's hoofprint. But that should not matter, because calf or cow still will be able to cross over this ocean of material existence. Okay. All right. Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt
Smashes
in Krishna.
to pieces. Sorry.
No, go ahead, please. I didn't just want to waste time. Go ahead, Prabhu, please.
Okay. Smashes to pieces the mountains of devotees' karmic reactions to past sins. Whoever holds on to Krishna's lotus feet becomes as exalted as Lord Indra, whose weapon is the thunderbolt. His own great-grandson named Vajranabha built shrines and installed who built shrines and installed various deities to preserve many places of Krishna's pastimes. At the base of his small toe is a thunderbolt which smashes the mountains of his devotees' reactions to past sins.
If you can read that last one again, Prabhu, in the blue background.
Sure,
just
Prabhu.
Loudly for everybody.
Sure, Prabhu. At the base of his small toe is a thunderbolt which smashes the mountains of his devotees' reactions to past sins.
Beautiful.
Haribol.
Haribol.
All right. So we are almost there. 36th symbol. Go ahead. Anybody?
Four swastikas in the Lord Krishna's right lotus foot. It shows that nothing inauspicious can come to one who cherishes Krishna's feet in his heart.
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, 37th. Kishore Mane Prabhu, you're still there?
Octagon in the Lord Krishna's right lotus feet, well protected in the 8 directions.
Right. So thank you. So octagon has got, octa means 8, right? So it's got 8 directions. So what are the 8 directions? We know north, south, east, and west, but also in between there is northeast, southeast,
Northeast,
etc. Right?
southwest, yeah.
Yeah. So you have technically you have even 10 directions, right? One is top and bottom, right? So, but mainly we are protected from all sorts of problems that may come from all the directions. Thank you.
Yes.
And this is the last one, 38th. Anyone? Anyone?
Only worshipable object for the residents of Jambudip, islands of the blackberries.
So this is a very advanced island that we know of from Srimad Bhagavatam's 5th canto, right? Jambudvipa. There are many, many islands, it is said. And, the residents of Jambudvipa worship Lord Krishna's lotus feet. So those are the 4 blackberry symbols that are there on his right foot. Okay, so just a quick summary. There are a total of 19 symbols in Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. And Lord Krishna's lotus feet also has 19 symbols or marks. There are a total of 38 symbols. What you see on the left-hand side of the screen is there are 10 common auspicious symbols. Then there are 9 unique symbols for Srimati Radharani's feet. And there are 9 unique symbols in Lord Krishna's lotus feet. Please take a picture if you want to. This would be very useful for all of you. Okay. Now, with that, we will see whether we remember. Oh, this is a nice one as well. Anybody would like to read this?
I do the best of the sages, reject even heavenly nectar, and instead drink the water from my lotus feet. Thinking in this way, Bala Mukunda eagerly sucks his own lotus feet. Wonderful.
Haribol, Haribol.
Prabhu, is it the last time of leaving this earth, like a Krishna, this picture?
Say again?
This picture was taken when? What time it represents?
This was, we read from the 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? During the devastation, nothing was there. Markandeya Muni is there and Lord Krishna is floating on this leaf. You remember that pastime?
Oh,
yeah, yes.
Okay, now this is the last one. So I know we went few minutes over, but we have to make sure that we understand.
It's good,
what
Prabhu. We are enjoying. Go ahead,
okay,
Prabhu.
Good. So what I've done is I put the 10 common auspicious symbols because, I mean, we don't have time to go through the 9 and understand. Hopefully you all remember the unique symbols and the meaning of the 9 symbols in Srimati Radharani's lotus feet and Lord Krishna's lotus feet. But there are 10 common auspicious symbols that are there in both their lotus feet. So I thought we will wrap this session with this nice little summary. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhu. That's good, Prabhu.
Okay.
So nice.
Okay. So conch shell, match the following. Okay. Conch shell. Can somebody give the answer? What applies from the right side to the conch shell? Only one. It's 1 to 1. Okay.
Symbol and sound of victory.
Symbol and sound of victory.
Very good. Wonderful. So many of you answered at the same time. That's what we want. Don't worry, even if there's a wrong answer, we don't know who it is, right? But you'll know the right answer. Second one, unfurled flag.
Supreme victory.
Say again.
Second last one, proclaim supreme victory.
Yes,
Beautiful,
proclaims.
beautiful. Yeah, very good. Can we hear from Mataji's for the fish? Mataji,
Yeah.
anybody Mataji for fish?
It indicates that during Pralaya, Krishna assumes the form of Matsya, the fish incarnation, to save his devotees.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. One more Mataji for lotus?
Radha often uses it to gently tap Shama when he misbehaves.
Wonderful.
Haribol.
Okay, back to Prabhu's goad. Remember that is for elephant, right? What does it say?
Yes.
Tame.
Goad.
Brings the elephants of the devotees'
Minds under control and keeps them on the right path.
Beautiful. Okay, barley corn. Remember I said the barley, you get all the enjoyable things in life.
Opulence.
Devotees receive all enjoyable opulences.
Okay, half moon.
Presiding deity of the mind.
Fantastic. Upcurving line. Remember there was a man who was struggling to swim.
The first one.
Who cling to the lotus feet of Radha Shama as if holding on to a lifeline will be transported to that spiritual world.
Beautiful. Last two, Could be Mataji's, Prabhu, anybody. Disc.
Cuts
The
down
last
the
one,
six
cuts
down
down.
the
Six enemies of mind.
pride and envy.
Kam Kor Mod,
Lobh, moh,
Mo,
The
Mada,
Sudarshan
Matsaya.
Chakra.
Okay. And the last one.
It's my turn.
Protect
It's
and
my
preserve.
Yes. Thank you, Dil Nitai Prabhu.
Very
That was
well.
amazing. That was like the most difficult one that you answered. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I
Hari,
waited.
Hari.
I waited. I had to.
You waited for the last one, so that
Right.
all
Hari,
are
Hari.
taken out. Only one
So
is left.
humble, so humble. Yes.
Yeah,
Hari,
Ambarla,
Hari.
protected devotees are protected from the incessant rainfall of material miseries. His
Yeah.
divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila
Srila
Prabhupada
Prabhupada
ki
ki
jai.
jai.
So hopefully all of you, benefited from what we went through. It took a lot of time to put this together, but I think your participation, in this made it possible for all of us to understand it much more than what we just can read from it. So we really thank you for your participation and hope to see you next time.